Hopefully we find, I'd love to find like drones or something fun like that. I want burst lasers online, but not the Artemis. I'd like to avoid using missiles until we have a stockpile so we can put the other point into engines. Vivi needs a person. Vivi's gonna get a person once we find somebody. There's a special person I want for Vivi. Megster's on the ship. Megster made this crew. This crew's Cardi, Megster, and Dr. Funkenstein. All right, let's see. Let's do a backtrack jump just to kind of open up our options. I'd like to get fairly centralized. A couple of the sectors we had in the last run, we got pushed to the margin really hard, and that kind of changes how much you're able to explore. You arrive near a damaged and dilapidated space station. It appears to be abandoned, but you detect faint life signatures on board. Let's look for survivors. All around you is the stench of death and decay. Suddenly, one of your crew bends over and starts retching violently. Some sort of disease must have wiped out this station. You pull back to the ship, but it looks like your crew member is not gonna make it. Rip. Sorry, Cardi. You made it exactly one jump. Your crew member insists you leave them behind, not wanting to endanger the rest of the crew. Knowing the truth of this, you hurry back to the ship. Look, it sucks that you made it literally the least amount you can possibly make it. Like, this is full-blown Star Trek red shirt nonsense. But I will say this, Cardi. Good on you for practicing this self-isolation when you knew you were ill. Real proud of you, bud. All right, so we've lost our pilot. This is a terrible situation. We're gonna have to go automated weapon systems right from the jump here. The good news, Cardi, is that you're gonna get another chance because this run is already cursed. Mercenary hails you. You know what? Why don't we're gonna go hard this one. The crew, furious at the loss of Card Shark, is gonna try and fight their way to the Federation main base. I don't know if we'll even win this fight. Oh, this is a Zoltan ship. They got the special shields. We will always remember and respect your social distancing. Absolutely. Our weapon systems charge so slow. We gotta take Megster off of engines to go fix the oxygen real quick. I need shields to be damaged, please. All right, shields are down, which is huge. So the Zoltan ship, I don't remember all the different like specialties from the ships, but the Zoltans, their big thing, the same way that I was saying like the Mantises are the kings of hand-to-hand combat, the Zoltans have a really cool shield design that is recharging. So it's different than the way our shields have been recharging as we go. We're actually gonna win this fight. Wow. The ship explodes, leaving behind scrap, so 2 fuel, a drone, and some scrap parts. All right, I mean, I'll take it. Yeah, and everyone's where they need to be. Hopefully the game realizes how ridiculous they screwed us and hands us a new member soon. You find a rebel automated scout floating near the beacon. Despite its pristine condition, it appears to be deactivated. So we can scrap it for some scrap, or we can download its data stores. I'm absolutely downloading the data stores. And we piss it off. So everything's going exactly according to plan so far. They've got an irritating little beam drone, so as soon as our shields come down, that thing's gonna wreak havoc. Yep. So if you're wondering the stupid beam it's got here, when our shields are down, you're gonna see it hit the ship. Oh, the shields came up in time. Every time it hits one of the like the deck plans, I guess is the best way to describe it, it's gonna do hull damage, which is the actual damage that decides when we blow up. The damage I'm doing to systems is an added kind of tactical bonus above what we're doing to the actual hull hit points. So like I shot out their drone here because that disabled that thing that's been flying around and shooting us. Because their one cannon, all it's doing is taking our shields down, but not actually harming us. All right, some missiles, drones, scrap. Distress beacon? What could it be? You find the source of the distress call, a small research station. It appears a small laboratory fire got out of control and is threatening to destroy the station. Their fire suppression system is not responding. I mean, yeah, let's try and rescue survivors. Sure, that's awful. You locate the highest concentration of life forms and bring the ship alongside the station. Before you can begin to offload the survivors, a huge blast splits the station apart. Your ship is thrown away and some debris pierces your hull. You watch helplessly as the last of the survivors are consumed in the collapse of the station. So we get some scrap, but we lose hull. And honestly, that wasn't really the part that's upsetting. I wanted to save the survivors so we could have someone man the freaking guns. So that's even more disappointing. All right. I love the thought of Megster and Dr. Funkenstein, like, within minutes of taking off on this suicide mission, watching their friend Card Shark succumb to some crazy disease, and they're just like, nah, we're still gonna do it. 13 fuel. Small platform orbits near the beacon. It looks like a fueling station. It's cheerily broadcasting reasonable prices in a spectrum of frequencies and languages. The platform seems to be malfunctioning and could ignite at any moment. Yeah, no, we want fuel. Sure, we don't get fuel. We actually lose fuel and take damage. Just as you hook up to refuel, the station ignites and explodes. Your own fuel reserve ignites, losing precious fuel and damaging your ship. Oh, and we're on fire. I think we've seen the negative result of every single one of the possible encounters we've had thus far, which is honestly kind of awesome. Just like from a statistical standpoint, that's pretty hilarious. All right, heal up. Back to work, friendos. Yeah, RNG was definitely poor this time, Julie. Losing Cardfish was the beginning of the end. The mercenaries are swarming the galaxy now, knowing that their less than legal services are in demand during this period of unrest. One is waiting at this beacon and hails you. Should we have him scout the No. Let's just stick with our plan of fighting everything to get this cursed run finished with. I like the thought of like somehow this run being epic after starting from such a terrible position. So like this drone is a very different story. This drone is what is juicing our shields and then opening us up for attack. Oh my god, we missed with our missile. We need their shields down. Our oxygen is damaged. We can't open our doors. Okay, their weapon system is down. 3 fuel, 1 drone, 7 scrap. No, we aren't going to take any kind of surrenders from you. Die, pirate scum. It's your kind that helped the rebellion gain a foothold in the first place. Just their one little drone shouldn't bother us at this point, as long as we can keep the other weapons offline. And now with their oh, the other weapons came back up. Oh god, I'm not even paying attention. Mexer's going to die from asphyxiation. Okay. Got out of there in time, but it was almost not gonna work. Of course, their parting missile gets us. 1 fuel, 1 missile, 17. So that's not so bad. I'll take that. Let's go fix the oxygen. Have everyone top off in the med bay. And then we're gonna take off. Oxygen is shockingly low throughout the ship, so if we don't fix this quick, we're going to be doomed anyway. And actually, it's going to get kind of tight here. quick, quick to the med bay while oxygen comes online. Man, the game is a lot harder with a crew of 2. I don't know that I've ever had a crew member die that early in a run. I mean, I guess I certainly couldn't have had them die any earlier, so it's probably a safe bet to say. But that was like pretty shocking and has really changed the entire dynamic of this run. I'm also welcoming death though, right? I guess I can't blame it on the run. We need a store. If I'm even going to try and pretend that we're going to run this one back, we need a store. Federation sympathizers contact you as you arrive. We know your mission should be secret, so don't ask how we know about it. Take this schematic. It's all we can do to help. So 8 scrap and an anti-ship beam drone? Ooh. I don't have a drone system though, so we can't do anything with it, or we could sell it. Would also work. Oh man, I totally forgot. You don't need to pump your stuff up at a store. You just do it from the ship menu. We could have had better stuff going on this whole time. So let's see. Improves our dodge, 2 shield barriers. Man, this is a pretty critical component for me to forget even happens. So we need more. I don't know what we need more of yet, but we don't need to necessarily. That's why my doors weren't doing anything. They weren't blast doors. It's like I haven't played this in years. I appreciate you consoling my idiocy. That's quite kind of you, but I should also have clicked all the buttons. A Mantis military scout hails your ship. Foolish alien, your kind has stifled our greatness for too long. You will rue the day you backed the Federation. Will we though? I mean, we might as well go ham with the missiles here just to try and keep this run afloat. I don't remember. There's ways you unlock stuff. I don't remember how they work. I think they're mostly secret. I don't think oh my God, with the oxygen. Would you guys stop, please? I don't think it's supposed to be like secret. I think there's ways that they like clue you in and tell you what's going on. But for the life of me, I don't remember any of them. All right, play it cool, play it cool. Yeah, I know we got some goodies, but we also don't want to die. Oh, I don't have anyone selected. Yo. Yet again, we're gonna just camp out. I feel like they should just move their bunks into the med bay. Probably the safest way to do it. Oh, we don't have any power to the med bay, so I'm just standing here for nothing. Let's go ahead and add 1 more bar of power so that everything can be powered simultaneously. I suppose that's probably worth 20 scrap. Because if I had made that mistake in the middle of like a combat, that would have been pretty devastating. Shipwide oxygen's almost gone. We better hurry up. So we are losing oxygen by the minute here. Ooh, that got close. All right, well, we gotta wait a minute for this oxygen to come back online anyway. While we're waiting for the oxygen, I think the crew should probably rest, heal up, and hydrate. Why don't we take a quick water break? I'm gonna refill my water bottle. If yours is empty, you should do the same thing, and we'll come back here and see if Megster and Dr. Funkenstein can get vengeance for Card Shark. I'll be right back. All right. Rejuvenated. Why was it targeting? Our crew of 2. Maybe we can buy crew at the store. Sometimes it's like crew for hire. There's only one other ship at this beacon, and it is showing heavy damage. You receive a message on your console. Greetings, traveler. We were crippled by a band of pirates and are now forced to sell our remaining valuable equipment to acquire the necessary supplies to get home. Repair arm repairs your hull every time you collect scrap, but reduces scrap collected. That's a big deal. Scramble enemy ships FTLs, just doubling the time it takes for them to jump, and allows crew and bombs to teleport through super shields. The repair arm I like, because then, like, one of the biggest sinks to scrap collection is that you have to fix your hull all the time anyway, and a 15 reduction to me is not as big a deal as just getting hull. I just don't know how much it repairs, because if it's like only gonna repair one every time we collect scrap, then that's not worth it. But if it like repairs a proportional amount to what we're getting anyway, that's a big deal. I'm gonna buy it, if for nothing more than to see what it does. And we'll heal up a bit. And I do want to get some more fuel. There we go. All right, we'll take it. Let's see here. So we're gonna just vamoose. We just don't have the resources to screw around and get caught. This beam seems to serve as a meeting place for local traffic. It seems you can find crew willing to fight on your ship here for a price. Of course, we finally spend some freaking scrap, and that's when the freaking crews show up. This run is cursed. We could have had both of these guys. That's unbelievable. That's all right. Megster and Dr. Funkenstein are just like driven by vengeance for Card Shark. You have arrived in NG space. The Mantis have been threatening the NG core worlds, but you should be able to stock up for your journey. What appeared to be a single damaged ship is in fact two ships that have smashed into each other. There's a flurry of comm signals and damage, and it's hard to determine what occurred. The vessels appear to be NG? They look locked together by impact and can't free themselves. Let's help them. To your surprise, one of the NG vessels attacks. One ship detaches itself, surprisingly still quite whole, and open fires. It looks like it somehow identified you as hostile. Well, that's not ideal. They don't... Man, they have a drone system, a weapon system, and a hacking system. Cool. So the hacking system blew up our weapon system? I don't know how that works. I've never had a hacking system. God, our oxygen is broken again. I don't know how to solve the hacking issue, and it's making everything go wicked slowly, so we're gonna missile their hacking room. Oh, does he have they have a missile intercept drone? Oh man. All right, can we like go punch their hacking? I don't know that that's how that works. We can't even get, we have to blast into our own doors. That's adorable. What is this run? Can we even do anything about the fact that this hack is on here? No. So we're just standing around like an idiot. We have to shoot our way out of the room too. The hacking drone's like, I'm not in here with you. You're in here with me. All right. I think we're just gonna have to start lobbing missiles here. Oh, we can't because of their stupid drone. Shields are critical. Everything's broken forever. Yes, please just end us, NG hacker. I appreciate you. What a miserable run. All right, look. Look, the oxygen's out again. They're not all winners, I think is the important thing. I think that this crew should have realized the minute Card Shark was ill that this mission was doomed and there was no hope of survival. Rest in peace, brave crew of the Kestrel. Go ahead and lock these stations in place. A Federation encrypted signal is being broadcast from a nearby planet. We're doing it. Let's go. Found a secret Federation outpost, but it appears that the rebels have found it before you. You turn off the encrypted signal before you leave. A rebel ship is guarding this beacon. You order a pursuit course and prepare to scratch one more. Alright, so we need to power weapons. And let's see about preserving some missiles here early. Oh, we've been boarded. We can depower. We can't depower subsystems. They're always powered. If we're not, I want the blast laser or the burst laser to be number 1, please. All right, so this idiot's fighting us in our med bay, so he's fighting us while we're healing, which makes him look real dumb. We do, oh my god. Hull breach, oxygen loss. How miserable. Man, I guess we shouldn't have complained about how easy the first run went. Just how smooth everything was. Alright. Defunk, if you could go finish fixing that, please. We've knocked their weapons down, but they're not out. The intruder is back. Oh my god, another hull breach. While Dr. Funkenstein's just standing there. That's hilarious. Oh my god, what is this ship? Our weapons are broken, so we can't even fight back. Oh my god. This is so preposterous. Man, this thing, it's like this thing is player controlled. It just, all it does is shoot at my subsystems that are critical. It knocked out my healing bay while the crew was trying to get in there to fix it. It's just gonna rip us to shreds. We don't have a way to fight it. Oh my goodness. All right, get this fire knocked out. We need weapon systems back online. We need one of you to leave to go do oxygen though. As soon as weapons are online. Weapons. If this connects, we might be able to, nope. Wow. That's unbelievable. All right, we're okay. We're gonna restart it. We're running it back. The game is punishing me for my hubris in our previous runs. Automated ship. We know what to do with automated ships. I want burst laser on 1, please. I love these automated ships in the first chunk where they don't have shields, because it's just like, if you're smart enough to target their weapons, basically you win. Oh, we gotta save positions too. I almost forgot. Solar flare incoming, which sucks because we're gonna wind up eating the fire here. Yeah. That's alright. The combat's over, so we can kind of have everyone collapse in. 15 scrap, 1 fueled, some missiles. As soon as fires are fixed. Excuse me, Cardi. I said to fight a fire. Alright. We're not going to worry about healing up just yet. We want to get out of here before we have to eat another solar flare, so we need the ship to charge. Still going to take the solar flare, though. Okay. Well, now you're just being intentionally rude, game. We have to jump before we take another solar flare, but we need oxygen online to do it. We got a long walk back. No, Cardi, I want you on the helm. Oh, God. Jump. Jump. Oh, did it hit us before we could jump? I didn't even see where we jumped to either, by the way. You have jumped into the aftermath of what seems to have been a brutal exchange between several ships. Wreckage drifts by your screens, and you can still see the remains of the dying ships sparking and breaking apart. It's hard to determine who the combatants were without closer investigation. Well, let's investigate then. The wreckage appears to have been a battle between Federation fighters and Rebel cruisers. Though outnumbered, it looks like the Federation fought valiantly. As you begin to see a more detailed scan of the wreckage, Rebellion reinforcements arrive in the system and target your ship. Alright, so we're still fighting a fire, which is not ideal. Let's go ahead and power the Artemis laser as well. We're being boarded, so that's awful. We need people to get to medbay. Hopefully we get a big score with our first missile volley here. Oh my god, he knocked out medbay, and there's a fire in it. We did shut down their weapon system, so fortunately that kind of puts us in a position where we might have time to catch up on this. We do need to abandon the fight against the dude. I think there's a way to automatically tell a system to keep firing, but I don't recall what it is. Our shields are down and their weapons are back up. Powering up its FTL to escape. I don't think it's gonna have time to do that. I think we should be able to kill it with this next volley before it can jump. Now I understand why you didn't have a win yet. Look, I'm sure some of it is because of choices I make and the way I play it. But it definitely is not like, it's not for lack of trying. I ground on this game when it first came out. It is kind of brutally difficult. This is something that I think is indicative of a lot of the stuff that's in that roguelite genre that I was talking about. Is everyone gonna asphyxiate before I can fix this? That would be terrible. The roguelite genre is kind of known for being outrageously hard, and I don't know that it's necessarily stayed that way. I think that it has eased up some. There are games in that same market now that are not as brutal, but that's always been kind of one of its hallmarks. Brutal's maybe not fair. They're not brutal in the sense that, like, when I think of brutal, I think of games that are intentionally kind of unfair, and roguelites definitely are not unfair. They're just intentionally difficult. No need to go into a room with no oxygen and a fire. Why don't we wait until that's cleared, yeah? All right. So I don't need to open the doors to equilibrate. That's not a word. To equalize the oxygen. So we don't have to worry about that. I was treating it more like oxygen not included. Fix up the engine so we can get our jump off here. Man, the one thing I will say about FTL that kind of is in line with your instinct, Julie, that this game is hard to win, is I do feel like the RNG is a little harder to get a handle on. Now granted, I haven't played it in years, so part of it is just me not remembering how all the different events work. But it's also like, you could, in other games of this kind, there's a lot of times you can kind of reliably guess how the interactions are going to go and kind of use it to your advantage. And in FTL, that's much less likely. It really is randomized. You find yourself surrounded by a group of mysterious alien vessels. They hail you and apparently have some valuable technology for sale. I don't mind if I do. We're good on fuel. I'd love to fix up the hull, but I think we need some firepower here. We could put a drone system in, and then we get a combat drone, which is nice, but then we're gonna have to also be juggling how many drone parts we have. And how are we gonna control it? Oh, we can't get drone control because we don't have enough money. We're not wealthy. Yeah, so we're just gonna leave. We still have 18 hull. Let's go ahead and throw a point or two. What could we juice here? I think we just got to start with power. That'll let us have everything powered all at once. Try and hit. We had to jump quick, unfortunately, because that time I jumped blind. So we're going to try and recoup some of that loss by hitting a couple different nodes. Rebel automated ship. I want that sensor data. Let's go. Shield's got to come offline. And you know what? We'll use a missile. They've got a combat drone, so I don't want to have to deal with the early hull damage while we weren't able to heal up. We're going to take one anyway. All right. Weapons offline. That's great. That drone fires quick. I'm going to have to take that drone down too. An extra crew member would be huge because then we could put someone on shields, which really, really would help with the combat. I think that's the big thing that's been missing from these runs is the lack of a fourth crew member. You access the recent scans from the unguarded station. Your map has been updated with details on the surrounding area. All right, cool. So let's get some healing in right quick, just so that we're not going into fights with less than optimal health. Because a manned shield station automatically gives us additional goodies. Oh, auto fire is what I want. So auto fire just means as soon as it's ready, it fires again at the same target. Possible ship detected. I think we can handle a ship here. I don't want to like avoid fights because we need to do something. Greetings, friend. Let's just let's fight him, I guess, for the scrap. I'd hate to, you know, I don't want to be in a situation where we're losing money by taking fights because we're consistently taking more hull damage that needs repairing. These guys with the hacking is so brutal. I don't know how to stop it. I guess you just have to destroy the hacking node. We're gonna get blown up by this ship. That'll teach me to take fights I don't need to take. Okay, so that took his hack offline. Or at least stopped relaying instructions to his hack. So we're gonna get a chance to get in a shot at his shields and his weapons. Okay. Oh. Mission accomplished. Yeah, so like we took three hull damage there, I want to say. So I feel like that was worth it because we can heal up more than that for the scrap we got. There's some similarities to FTL and to what we were playing recently in the Banner Saga, where it's a lot of opportunity cost. The difference with a game like FTL, though, is that because it's not rooted in some kind of a story or character interactions, it is just kind of like throwing darts at a dartboard. Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while we wait for the FTL to recharge. 5 damage to the hull. All right, well, that puts us actually in a pretty nasty predicament. I keep complaining about how these events are all like blindsiding us, and then I just continue to take all these damaging events. So a good part of it's just that I'm not playing cautiously. I love the thought of the crew after every like substantial event that gets logged on the Kestrel, like the 3 of them just go into the med bay and relax. Like maybe it's not the med bay so much as like their after action, like they go chill out and have some beers in med bay. You arrive at the long range beacon. So we can give him 3 missiles for 2 drone parts. No, we will not take that. NG or civilian. Welcome to your new sector. Ooh, this whole thing is nebula, huh? Well, that'll change the path we take for sure. A black market weapons trader spins you a tale of the dangers of the nebula before pushing his wares. Ignore the ship, attack the ship, purchase an unknown weapon for 45 scrap. I mean, we really could use that to heal the ship up. But an unknown weapon does sound fun. Breach missiles. You transfer the scrap and receive a weapon in return. Let's hope it was worth it. So a breach missile does 4 damage and can breach, but it does cost a missile. So basically what we would do here is use the burst laser, and if we want to use the breach, we instead would then turn off the burst and activate the breach. But man, 4 damage is pretty bonkers. That is certainly a lot more bang for each missile we fire. A transmission from the nearby planet indicates an outpost below, which offers supplies for travelers. So, I came to the store, and I know that doesn't make sense because we don't have any freaking money. They have crew here, too. But we can sell the breach. It doesn't really make us that much, though. We don't even make back our 45. And it would leave us short on getting another crew member. Ooh, an NG crew member here, though. Here's what I'm gonna do, and this is gonna sound crazy, but I think it's gonna be worth it. How do I sell it? Guys? Oh, into the sale box. So wait, and then 32 is what? 53? Which is enough for Vincent. Okay, we're doing it. I wanted crew, we're getting crew. Vincent, welcome aboard, my friend, and we will heal 1 measly point. So, the NGs are cool. I don't remember what their special is, but I remember it's a big deal. That's a big chance we're taking. Yeah, it is, but you know what? We're ready for it. We're gonna put him on shields. I think he like improves the system he's in, maybe. I don't recall. We are entirely relying on the burst laser now, though, so we might wind up running from some combats. We'll see how well this one goes. With him on shields, we should be able to get shields up much quicker. Yeah. Okay. So a couple good connections with the burst laser, and we're actually still pretty much in business. Yeah, okay, shields are down. So let's take his weapons offline. Because his drone isn't going to be able to outshoot the speed at which we are healing our shield up. We did take 4 hull damage in this fight, though. So that's a bummer. Did we shoot his drone? I don't know what just happened there. Oh, there's a fire on his ship, there must be, because we didn't shoot it and it took damage. 23 scrap's pretty good. The station was either abandoned or stripped clean. It seems to have lain unused for quite some time. You find nothing useful. I mean, I'm tempted to fly back to the store and heal now. It did look like we hit the drone. I don't know if you can do that. I don't think you can target an individual drone like that. All right, so we're gonna fix as much hull as we can. I'll take it. Unfortunately, we do wind up having to go back through explored space now. which is kind of a bummer. That's just wasted fuel at that point. I don't want to just pick fights for no reason. We got to stop doing that. So since we aren't going to be able to afford any of his services, we will skip it. That does let us jump up there. Okay. Hey, Venom, how are ya? You recognize the ship as a well-known slave trader. He hails you and offers laborers for cheap. We attack slaver scum. Not a whole lot, Venom. Doing some FTL tonight, and the random number generation is absolutely destroying me. All right. We need some pretty big first volleys from the burst laser here. The big advantage on the burst laser is because it shoots 3 times, it eats up a... what just happened? Because it shoots 3 times, it eats up their shields and kind of gets itself back into action fast enough. The weapons are broken. We need them to come online here. Quick, quick, quick. God, with the missiles, would you stop it, please? All right. Let's have Megster go hit up oxygen. Man, this thing with the missiles. We surrender. Take one of our slaves as tribute. If you destroy us, they'll all die anyway. Yes, we are gonna take a slave off your hands. Because he is a free man now. And now look at that. All of a sudden, we got tons of crew. All right, so we can afford to rethink where the crew is stationed now. We have a manned weapon sector. We have a manned engine, manned shields. Rename them. I don't know that you can rename the crew other than the ones you do at the beginning, Misha. I believe that you are set once you have crew locked in. We can use Cremedy. So Cremedy is a Mantis crew. So if you remember, those Mantis crew members, they're like the heavy hitters. So we can use him. Oh, your ship blew up anyway, pal. We can use them to kind of sweep and take care of fires. So that's going to make it so that we don't necessarily need to worry as much about fires that break out because they won't pull people off their stations. But it also means that if we do get boarded, we can have Cremedy go fight. Upon arriving at this beacon, you detect a distress call. Local scans reveal that a Federation transport is under attack from a rebel scout. Aid the Federation ship. Let's do it. Let's see. I hope he does have a teleporter, so he's probably gonna send boarding parties. I feel like some of the ships that we've drawn have just been really brutal ships as well. We'll have this Mantis tear through his border. The RNG has been pretty savage. Speaking of savage difficulty, how far are you in Bloodborne now, Venom? I tuned in the other night, but it was only for a moment. I know you were out in the Nightmare Frontier. Have you proceeded into like Mensis and stuff? Let's see. We can keep their shield down. Yeah. Okay, so that volley took out weapons. Now we'll switch back to shield. Oh, you beat Lady Marie in the DLC. Man, you powered through. So have you already decided on what's coming up in the docket? I'm thinking you're very close to done. Maria's a cool character too. I'm gonna have to go watch the VOD. All right. That one wasn't so bad. So that actually kind of worked out like we planned it. Like we had the Mantis ready to jump in to help with the boarding party. Got a bunch of scrap out of that. Thank you for saving us. This ship is transporting Federation civilians on the run from the rebellion, and we don't have the equipment to fight for ourselves. I don't have much to offer, but I can inform you of a hidden Federation base nearby. Perhaps they can assist you more. Cool, so we get a quest marker. Dark Souls 2? All right. Dark Souls 2 is the one that I know the least about, if I'm honest. Not that it was necessarily by design that I like just don't know Dark Souls 2, but I think that's probably the one that I see played the least. So I'll be pumped to see you play it. Let's jump to the store. I think we're going to spend most of the scrap on hull repairs, unfortunately. We've gotten ourselves kind of into a tough loop where we're spending our money to fix the hull damage from the fights that we're taking to try and make scrap. And we really need to at least get enough money. We need some scrap to be able to put some extra guns on the ship. But we also need enough. We need enough engine capacity to run it. An especially well-armed pirate ship approaches you. Hand over one of your crew members and the rest of you can go free unharmed. Draw straws and send a crew member over to the slavers or we will never surrender one of our crews. Can you sell missiles? I don't know if we can sell missiles outside of story events. I suppose it certainly won't hurt to check. Because now that we aren't carrying a missile weapon, you're right. We don't have much need for this missile cargo. God, he is well armed, huh? Oof. All right, shields are gonna need to go down before we worry about anything. He's got a drone bay, but I don't see him fielding a drone. That hull breach is not in an especially dangerous spot, so I'm not actually gonna worry about that in the short term. We need... Okay, Mantis is gonna have to go help fight the engineering fire. They might have to bail out of there. Okay, shields. Woof. All right, you guys got to dip out for a second. Oh my God, and then went straight to shields. Come on, my man. Like, I'm sorry that we didn't want to be part of your slaves, but like, we have goals and aspirations too. Ripperoonie. Man, he just carved right through us. Well, I guess...